Hey everybody, all right, we're gonna do a great video today on the basics for doing a vinyl wrapped tumbler. Now we're not gonna be wrapping the entire tumbler in this video, we're just gonna be doing a section, but in the process we're gonna make a really quick and easy tumbler that makes great gifts, just about everything. And you can pretty much do this any kind of pattern you want. We will be making a tri-section tumbler, so we're gonna have a top section, middle, and a bottom. And we're going to be using this black and white plaid vinyl, which I've already cut. It's 2 inches wide. It's going to go here in the middle. And this is a hog skinny tumbler, so I've already cut it to the right size for the width. And then we're going to be using silver dollar and licorice. Now you can put them as this direction, where it's on the top and bottom, or switch it to the other way. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want to do yourself. I've already done one of these, which is actually at the warehouse already, because, well, Sarah decided it was hers. So, so I'm making another one. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm using today licorice and silver dollar. Licorice is our sparkly black glitter. It will sparkle under epoxy instead of looking like just a matte black. Silver dollar, of course, is a shiny silver. This is on white vinyl. It's not clear. You can use a clear vinyl, but if you do, you want to either base coat it whatever color you want it to be, or put it over a glitter base to make it sparkle underneath. So all I'm going to be using today is glitter, Mod Podge, Tumbler, and some blue painter's tape, and of course my tape measure. So I actually use my Sharpie, my fancy marker. All right, let's get started. So we have our hog skinny 20-ounce tumbler. It's a little under 8 1/4. So when I do a cup like this, what I do is measure out my spacing of my lines. So what I've got here is, if I'm going to do a 2-inch middle, it's going to be, if it's about, and I round because I know that it's not fully 8 inches, but just to keep it kind of simple, I go 3 inches in, put a line here, and then so 4 or 5 makes 2 inches right there. So that's my 2 inches where this is going. And then from here to the very bottom is going to be the next part. So it is a little more than 3 inches, but that's okay. Doesn't really, as far as the aesthetics of the tumbler, change anything. If I really, really wanted to get down to the science behind it, I could. I am horrible at math, so I'm not even going to attempt to do that. So what I do is just put my 2 lines, done with my marker, and we're going to basically jump straight into this. I always start with my vinyl first, and so this is going to, of course, wrap around the middle of this tumbler like a really fancy belt, and then we will add the glitter after that. So what I do, you will see people who will take the vinyl straight off the paper or off the backing first. I like to do this in a little bit simpler way. I guess it's simpler to me. This is just how I do it. I will peel back a section so that I just have a few, that's not even, that's like maybe 2 inches that are available and are sticky. And I will take my lines and line it up as best I can. It does not have to be exact, but you do want it to be as straight as possible. So that's already lined up, and then I will literally work my way around the cup, trying to, oh, there we go. Keep it tight. Doesn't have to be like super tight where you're stretching it, but just tight enough to where it's going around the cup. Oh, sorry. And we're just gonna keep going around and around and around. And the reason I do it this way is because, to me, for some reason, this seems to magically line up just perfectly. All right. So now that we have done that, you have this piece, it's trash. Just throw it in your trash can. And so now that we've done that, you can see now it goes all the way around. I do have a little bit of an overlap on each side, but that's okay because once I put the layer of glitter on top as well, once I put the epoxy on top of the glitter and the vinyl, I will actually come back over this and put a little, I'm sorry you guys, words are not working for me today, a vinyl strip on each side as a little accent piece. So now that I've done that, I get out my blue painter's tape, and this is 1 inch thick. It's nothing fancy here. And I cover up the vinyl up to the edge. And this is just to protect the vinyl from getting glitter and stuff all over it, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So that way I have an edge to push the Mod Podge up to, and this won't hurt the vinyl, which is great. And go all the way around here until my lines match. Check. And then I'm gonna do it at the bottom. Line it up as best I can. All right, there we go. And I guess this isn't 2 inch. This must be 3/4 inch. Either way, just gonna go around covering up the vinyl. Now, of course I picked up a piece of dried epoxy. All right, you don't have to worry about this middle section here. You're not gonna get Mod Podge up there. We are going to go obviously here, here, and of course the bottom of the tumbler. So let's jump into this. So that was easy. That was quick and fast. So now I have my catch paper, I have my paper towel, my Mod Podge, my clean my paintbrush, water, and of course my 2 jars of glitter. So I want to do, see here, I don't know. Which should I do on the top and the bottom? We're gonna do dark black up top, gray on the bottom. Yes. Okay. So I put my Mod Podge. This is just plain old Mod Podge. Comes with the yellow label. Yellow label. So I guess it's matte. Yeah. And I was just putting in a squeeze bottle just because it's easier and I'm not cross-contaminating and all that stuff. So we're gonna start with silver on the bottom. Apparently, this is a brand new jar. Guess I ran out. Okay. So, the one problem to using these is that sometimes the little lid gets a little clogged. Hi.
Hello.
I'm doing a video right now.
I know.
Okay. Hi, Michael. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just put my Mod Podge on the bottom of the tumbler. Man, that is super clogged. That's okay. All right, so just brush it on. You don't have to be super neat. Like I said, this is a quick tumbler, so this is why I like these. Mod Podge is fast. It does dry fast though, so you have to move quickly. I will get to the back, the bottom of it in just a second. Set that down. Start to put my silver dollar on the bottom section. All right. Give it a little taparoo. So now the bottom's, this section is done. So now we're gonna do the bottom here. And you know what? Take that off there for right now so I can get this so y'all can see. Okay, Mod Podge. Normally he's at the office and not at the house when I'm making cups. So I guess he's bored or hungry, one of the two. All right, so now I'm just going around getting as much of this covered as I can. Bloop. All right, now we put the glitter on the bottom here. Just pour half the glitter jar out. It's fine. All right, so now give that a little tap. Okay, so that's done. So now we're going to set this off to the side for a second. Got my little stand. I need to fix this because I don't, there we go. All right, so now take our extra glitter, dump it back in there. And now we move on to the black, which, let me bring my trash can over here real quick. Okay, so if you're wondering what I was doing, I better show you guys now. To get off any excess glitter, I always take it and hold it, especially once I put a second color over it, and I will tap it like this over the trash can, and that just gets off any loose glitter that's gonna be mixed with other colors, like right now when we do licorice. So now, that like is way on that, okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and Mod Podge the top half. And like I said, this is a very quick tumbler because you can be finished with one layer of glitter if you want, or you can do two. I prefer to do two just because I typically tend to miss spots. And that way I get more of an even coverage. All right. So now I put licorice on here. When I brought this cup to work the other day, I told them it was my formal wear tumbler since it's like black tie. It's black and silver. Makes it extra fancy. All right, so now that part's done. Now I have to do the tap. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now we have the black and the silver. So now what we do is clean up our mess. And if you want to say this is done, you totally can and take off the tape. But like I said, I'm gonna come back and do a second layer of glitter. So we're gonna wait for this to dry, which will take just a few minutes, about 5 minutes, honestly, and then you can go ahead and do the second layer. So we're gonna pause this and come right back in just 2 seconds. Okay, so now this is dry enough to put on a second layer. Let me finish cleaning my brush, my very fancy water dish here, my mason jar. All right, so now we're gonna go and do the second layer here. I did clean out my nozzle, so now it's like the Mod Podge is coming out quick. All right, so now I'm just gonna brush this. Get a nice layer on. Again, you don't have to do 2 layers with this tumbler. I just prefer to do 2 layers. Just personal preference. And once it has that layer of glitter on there, it doesn't dry as quickly. So I can do the sides and the top or the bottom at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So now take the silver dollar again. And sprinkle it on. All right, so now I've done that. I'm gonna tap it over here because some of the black comes off too. Done with the silver dollar. Okay, now we come in and do another layer of licorice. Should start drawing with the Mod Podge. That'd be fun. All right, gonna keep going around and around. Okay, so now we're gonna do licorice. Okay, so now that's done. Now we're done with the brush. I told you guys this is a super quick video. All right, so now we're done with that. Next is my favorite part, absolute favorite part, peeling off the blue painter's tape. Now, I recommend doing this slowly, mostly because then it's much more satisfying. But it's pretty quick and easy. All right, and that is done. So now I'm going to basically let this sit and dry for a few hours, and then we'll come back and put on the epoxy and then the vinyl decals after that. So when you see this cup again next time, it will have a coat of epoxy over the top of it. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, you guys, there's the cup, nice epoxy. You can see now licorice has that beautiful sparkle underneath the epoxy, which is awesome. So now what we're gonna do is put on the two decals. When I've done this before, this is all I have. I cut these on my Cricut, but this is just a chrome silver vinyl, and then it's just a matte black. This is actually my removable vinyl that I use for stenciling, but it works just as good under epoxy. So I'm going to, because my mat is filthy. Clearly it's washed. It's gonna be cleaning day. All right, so I put the two silver stripes and then the black on top. So in order to do this, I go ahead and peel this, and sorry, just making sure it's recording. I've been having problems lately. I find where the back of the tumbler is now, the back of the tumbler is where the vinyl meets here. And that's just because, I mean, it's just a simple place. This is cool because I can literally slap a name right there to cover up that there's a double space. Otherwise, 90% of the time, no one's going to even notice it's there. So I literally just line this up and start to wrap around. And this is basically kind of like halfway between the black and the plaid glitter. I mean, plaid vinyl, black glitter. And then I literally just work my way all the way around until I make my way completely around. And then I take this and I want to make sure my two pieces of vinyl line up like that. So now I've got that piece laid. Set that down to stay. Going to do my second piece the exact same way. So I'm gonna set that right in about as close to the middle as I can. My goodness, let me grab a little closer. And then again, same thing. Okay, like that. So now I've got those two stripes, and then I'm gonna layer it. There is so much static right now. My goodness. So I'm gonna take my black and line it up in close as best I can to the middle. If you really want to measure it, I guess you could. I'm not gonna. And you're basically creating a pinstripe kind of effect with the vinyl. Lay straight, there we go. All right, so now I have that piece done. So you can see it's got that nice little pinstripe effect. And I'm gonna do a second one. So the measurements, for those of you who are gonna make the vinyl, the silver stripe is 0.25 inches wide. And then the black stripe is 0.15 inches wide. Which I'll put that all in the description below, as well as the links for where I get the vinyl, blah, you know, all that fun stuff. So I'll have all that in the description below, and I'm gonna finish the striping here. But like I said earlier in the video, this is a very quick and simple tumbler. You can do this with red and green, and do a Christmas cup. You could do purples. I mean, it doesn't really matter however you want to do it. The cool thing about white and black plaid is it literally will match every color you throw on here. So you could do this however you see fit. All right, so there we go. There is that tumbler, all nice and finished. So now I would just put epoxy on this and it would be a completely finished tumbler. But y'all get the idea. So I'm not gonna, you know, make another extra part of this video for that. So this is the tumbler. It's going to be considered finished. All I have to do now is put another layer of epoxy over this and it's done. You can put someone's name on the bottom section, top section. You could do it vertically this way and it covers up where that little, where the extra big patch is there. Otherwise though, this cup is perfect to just give as this by itself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up for a like. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, please comment below. In the description, I will have all of the parts of this available so you can see all the links. Otherwise, don't forget to just give the video a thumbs up for a like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our tutorials. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again soon with another awesome tutorial. See you soon.